Hey everyone, welcome to the Planner Spot. I'm Sam, and today I'm going to show you how I use digital planning in my planning system. Over the past few weeks, I've been sharing my planning system in my paper planner, and today I'm going to show you how I use my iPad and digital planning as part of that core system. So in my paper planner, this is where the majority of my planning happens, and I've been showing you guys the different parts of my planner, starting from my goals and planning routines. I showed you guys my monthly planning, my weekly planning, and actually in the next video I'm going to go in more detail about my daily planning. I've also showed you guys my trackers back here, wellness, personal, for the business, and content. Everything in my paper planner is the core of my planning, but I also use my iPad for a lot of things too, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So this is the iPad Mini 5, and it's the one that works with the Apple Pencil. So besides my paper planner, I really use my iPad for a lot of things regarding planning and productivity. So first I wanted to share this app with you, which is the Notability app. And anything I mention, I'll try to remember to link in the description box below. So this is Notability. It's kind of like GoodNotes and Evernote and those kind of apps. I personally like Notability. It works great for me, so I've just stuck with it. Basically, it's like a digital notebook. So along this side, I have different dividers, and then in those dividers, I have different notes. So one of the main things that I use my iPad for and this Notability app is for pre-planning. So I've kind of mentioned this before, either in a video or social media, that I have these PDFs here that are basically like the digital version of the, like, here's the goals bundle that I have here in my paper planner. So here on my iPad, I can kind of work everything out, move things around, play with it, change it before I write it down in my paper planner. So I really like using my iPad for pre-planning. So I have like the goals bundle. I even have my monthly. This monthly is different than the 2-page spread monthly just because this 1-page per month spread works better on my iPad. So I have this for pre-planning my months. I have this for pre-planning my weeks. And this one for pre-planning my days. So yeah, I've found that being able to pre-plan here on my iPad before I put it into my paper planner has helped so much. I also use my Notability app for lists. So I just have different lists in here. Let's say in my own personal notebook, I have like things that I need to print. And here I have like my daughter's class list and schedule and just different things that I keep in here for reference more so, not for like active planning. I would say in my paper planner is more for active planning, and my iPad is more for pre-planning, lists and brainstorming and notes and stuff like that. And then notes, I'll show you, for example, for today's video, I have my notes here. And I just take a whole bunch of notes on here. I have the previous videos in here. And the other thing I use it for is for brain dump. So back up here, I have this brain dump as things come up, like throughout the day, throughout the week, that I don't have to plan right away, but I need to write it down. Then I just write it here. I'm the type of person that if I don't write it down, I'll likely forget. So I need to write it down somewhere. And what's really cool about this Notability app is I can access this on my laptop and also my phone. So if I don't have my iPad with me and I need to add something to my brain dump, then I can add it in. And even though I use my Apple Pencil here, you can type it in as well. So if I'm on my phone, I could just type it in so I don't forget. So some of you might be wondering why I don't make these lists and notes in my planner. First of all, I try to keep my planner as light as possible because I do carry it around with me everywhere, wherever I go. I try to keep it minimal in here, so it's really just my planning calendars and a few trackers. So keeping my list in here keeps it lighter in here. Also, because I don't need to reference my lists all the time or my notes, my brainstorming, I don't need to really have it on me at all times, then I like to keep it here in my iPad. And if I do need to reference it, like I said, I can access it on my phone, so I can always access it if I need to. But I find that the things I keep on my iPad, I don't need to have access to as often as the things I keep in my planner. The other reason is just the ease of it. So like if I was making notes, let's say for planning Thanksgiving, and I was doing it in my planner, sometimes I'll just start jotting down notes, and then I figure like, oh, I don't like the way this is arranged. I want to move all the to-dos in one section and the guest list in another section and the budget in another section, but all my notes are all over the place. Well, if I was to do it on my iPad, which I have been doing, then I can easily move things around. So let's just say, here's my brain dump. I'm just going to use it as an example. So basically I press this little thing, this lasso, and I just circle it, and I can move it wherever I want on the page. So if I want to move all the guest lists here and all the to-dos here and all the budget here or menu ideas here, then I can just move it wherever I want, and it's so easy. Also, if I just made a mistake, so here's my pencil icon and I wrote something and like I made a mistake, then it's easy to erase it and fix it. Another thing that's cool is like if I have things that I just need to keep duplicating, it's easy to duplicate too. So if I have this, I use my lasso tool and I circle it and then press it, and then it has all these options here, and I press duplicate, then it just duplicates it. And if I have a lot, then it makes it so easy. I don't have to keep writing it over and over again. I can also copy this text and put it in another note somewhere else. So let's just say here, paste it there. So it just makes it so much easier to play with text, move it around. You could even stylize text. So again, my lasso tool, circling it, clicking it, and press style. You could change it to a different color. You could change it to a different thickness. Obviously that's too thick. You can also highlight it. So here I have my highlighter clicked, and you can highlight it in different colors. So you can categorize things and like color code things. So I really like that as well. Another thing you can do is you can make your own template, kind of like bullet journaling. So here I have templates, and here's some different things that I've made in my iPad for different uses. Just if I need it, then I just like, I made this template, so I just circle it, copy it, and then you could paste it wherever, let's say here. And then that whole template, and you can resize it. So it's super cool to be able to do those kind of things on your iPad that you can't really have that flexibility on paper. And just to show you guys how easy it is to make something, let's say I wanted to make a quick table. So even if I make this crooked line, but I hold it down, it makes a straight line. So let's say I'm doing that. And then you could just make your own tables, like bullet journaling, but so much easier. I'm not even measuring things out here, but. And then you can, if that came out short, I could resize it by pressing my lasso, clicking that, pulling it up. So super cool. Another thing you could do like shapes. I think you could do like a circle. If you hold it down, it makes a perfect circle. If you want to do a square and hold it down, it makes a perfect square. So yeah, it's a lot of things you could do with digital planning. That's why I like it so much. And one other thing I wanted to show you guys here in my Notability app is you could even share. So if I was making this note, if I press this, I can share it through email, Google Drive, other apps. I can share this with you know, my husband or someone that I'm like a coworker or whatever. So a lot of benefits for digital planning. I will say that I still prefer paper planning. All my core planning happens in my paper planner, but all my pre-planning, brainstorming, lists, and notes are all on my iPad. But I also wanted to share with you guys different ways that I use my iPad, not just for notes and planning, but of course you guys seen me talk about using my Google Calendar. So I'm just in August right now. I don't want to share any like current plans just for privacy's sake, but like here's my August calendar. And so here, anytime something comes up, meetings, appointments, events, anything, I put it on my Google Calendar. So this is really my main calendar. Another way I use my iPad / my phone. So my iPad is synced to my phone. I am on my iPad a lot more than my phone, but it's synced in both places. So anything I show you here is also on my phone. But another way I use this is for my reminders. So here's an example here. I set up reminders to remind me, you know, every night at 5 o'clock, my girls had to do their homework, but sometimes I'm caught up in, I don't know, figuring out what's happening for dinner, or I'm still working or whatever. So I utilize reminders to remind me, oh, remind the girls to start their homework or do their 10-minute tidy. So anything that I need to be reminded of, I put here. I also put anything that's on my daily schedule in my reminders because, like I said, sometimes I get caught up in things. I don't realize what time it is. So I had to set reminders to remind myself. And my reminders are more kind of like, if it doesn't happen or, you know, if we're a little bit late, it's okay. But I set alarms for things that are definitely time sensitive, need to get done, like reminding me that the girls have a minimum day and I had to pick them up earlier than usual, or if there's an orthodontist appointment or a youth night or things like that, then I put it in my alarms. I like alarms better because it keeps ringing until you turn it off. Reminders are a little bit more tricky because it like pings once, and then if you don't see it or if you ignore it, it's easy to forget about it. So I really utilize my iPad a lot, not just for planning, but just productivity and just making sure I'm staying on top of things, as well as entertainment and fun. So since I'm here, I just wanted to show you some of the apps I have here, just your basic, you know, email, school apps, notes, and then just some things like finances or shopping, things with the business, social media and stuff like that, entertainment, like all the streaming apps and things, and then just miscellaneous. So yeah, that's how I use my iPad and digital planning as part of my complete planning system. For planning out my months and my weeks and my days, paper planning works best for me. But my iPad is best for notes and brainstorming and for the ease of fixing mistakes and moving stuff around. So besides my paper planner and my iPad, there are some essential supplies that I find super important and helpful in my planning, and I'm going to share those in next week's video. So make sure you tune in for that, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow us on Instagram because I make announcements over there as well, so you don't miss out. Also, if you like the PDFs here, these are all available in our Etsy shop. I'll link that down below, and you can pick up these PDFs if you would like to try them out for some pre-planning on your tablet. I really only have experience with the iPad and the Notability app, but these are just PDFs, so they should be able to work on any kind of tablet and note-taking app, but I just wanted to share that I don't have experience with these PDFs on other tablets or other apps. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.